So, dear students, welcome to Arith. Today we will continue the vector addition. So, we all know that vector can be added geometrically. So, there are some laws about vector addition. The first law is triangle law of vector addition. So, what is the meaning of triangle law of vector addition? It states that if two vectors acting simultaneously at a point can be represented in magnitude and direction as two sides of a triangle taken in the same order, then the resultant can be represented in magnitude and direction as the third side of the triangle taken in opposite order. So, first we have to understand this. Two vectors acting simultaneously at a point. Consider a point O. There are two vectors. Let first vector is A and second vector is B. Now, they are acting at an angle theta. So, two vectors A and B are acting at a point O and the angle between the vectors is theta. Now, these two vectors represented in magnitude and direction as two sides of a triangle. Now, we all know that we can shift a vector parallel to itself. So, let this is the vector A. We place parallel to itself here. Let this side is PQ. Now, we have to place B either at P or at Q. Now, it states that two sides of a triangle taken in the same order. So, in order to maintain the same order, we have to place B here. So, now shift B parallel to itself at this point. So, this will be our B. Now, let this point is R. Now, PQR is your triangle. A and B are the two sides of the triangle PQR taken in same order and the angle between them is theta. Now, what will be the resultant? The resultant can be represented in magnitude and direction as the third side of the triangle taken in opposite order. So, this will be the third side, PR is the third side, but this third side must be taken in opposite order to represent the resultant. So, the resultant will be like this. Because A and B are in same order, but resultant R is in opposite order. So, this will be the resultant. Now, let R makes an angle beta with A. Now, we all know the answer, the magnitude and direction of the resultant. We can draw a perpendicular here and we can calculate. We all get that R square equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. That implies R equal to magnitude of the resultant is A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. This is the value of magnitude of the resultant. Now, if R makes an angle beta with A, then tan beta equal to B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. Tan beta equal to B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. Now, if you want to find the angle between R and B, you can put tan alpha equal to A sin theta divided by B plus A cos theta. Just interchange A and B. Then you will get the angle between R and B. This is all about triangle law of vector addition. So, what does it say? If two vectors acting simultaneously at a point can be represented in magnitude and direction as two sides of a triangle in the same order, then the resultant can be represented in magnitude and direction as the third side of the triangle taken in opposite order. So here we can write R resultant is the vector sum of A and B. Now let us consider something. Now R equal to root over of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Now if the magnitude of the vectors remain fixed, if the magnitude is constant, then R depends upon theta. So the maximum value of the maximum value of R is obtained when theta equal to 0 degree. That means A and B are parallel. At that case, R max equal to will get, if we put theta equal to 0, it becomes A square plus B square plus 2AB. That is equal to A plus B, or we can say mod of A plus mod of B. So maximum value of resultant is A plus B. Like that. If we have to calculate the minimum value, then for minimum value, for R to be minimum, this term should be minimum. That means cos theta should be minimum. So it is possible if theta equal to 180 degree or pi radian. That means A and B are anti-parallel or opposite to each other. So at that case, we'll get R mean equal to mod of A minus B. That means if A is larger, then A minus B. If B is larger, then B minus A. So we can say mod of A minus B whole mod is less than equal to R is less than equal to mod of A plus mod of B. That means from two given vectors, the maximum possible resultant is mod of A plus mod of B, and the minimum resultant is mod of A minus mod of B whole mod. We have to take a simple example here. If we take two vectors are 5 Newton and 15 Newton, then the maximum resultant will be 20 Newton. The minimum resultant will be the difference. Maximum resultant is the sum, minimum resultant is the difference. Then the difference is 10 Newton. So if we choose 5 Newton and 15 Newton, the resultant always remain between 10 Newton and 20 Newton. So this is all about triangle law of vector addition. Now, we'll go for some other properties. Let us check. Now, we'll go for subtraction of vectors. So, there is nothing called subtraction of vectors. Subtraction is itself addition of vector. For example, if I am writing A minus B, this is equivalent to A plus minus B. That means A minus B is same as addition of A with negative vector of B. Now let us check. This is vector A, this is vector B. Let angle between A and B is theta. Now let PQ represents vector A, QR represents vector B. Now I have to find the negative vector of B, so magnitude will remain same and direction is reversed. So this vector will represent negative vector of B. Now the angle between A and minus B is 180 degree minus theta. Now if this is QS, then A plus minus B, it is equal to PS. We can write it as difference D. Now if the difference makes an angle alpha with A, then D is resultant of A and minus B. And we all know that magnitude of B, it is equal to magnitude of minus B, that is equal to B. So the magnitude of the difference will be, instead of theta we have to put 180 minus theta. So it will become A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta. And if alpha is the angle between A and D, then tan alpha equal to B sin theta divided by A minus B cos theta. So the difference will be maximum when theta equal to 180 degree or pi, and D max will be A plus B, or we can say mod of A plus mod of B. Like that, D is minimum when theta equal to 0 degree, that means the vectors are parallel. So D minimum will be mod of A minus mod of B whole mod, or we can say A minus B mod. So here the case of maximum and minimum are same. The magnitude of maximum difference is same as the magnitude of maximum resultant. The magnitude of minimum difference is same as the magnitude of minimum resultant. But the cases are reversed. The difference is maximum when the vectors are antiparallel, but the sum is minimum when the vectors are antiparallel. Like that, difference is minimum when the vectors are parallel, but resultant of sum is maximum when the vectors are parallel. This is the difference between two vectors. Now, let us check some values. If two vectors have same magnitude, let magnitude of A it is equal to magnitude of B, let it is equal to B. Then resultant or sum, that we can say mod of A plus B, it is equal to 2B cos theta by 2. Like that, difference, that is equal to mod of A minus B, that is equal to 2B sin theta by 2. So if two vectors have same magnitude, let that is equal to V, then magnitude of the resultant will be 2B cos theta by 2, and magnitude of the difference will be 2V sin theta by 2. So students, next we will go for parallelogram law of vector addition. So what is parallelogram law? If two vectors acting simultaneously at a point can be represented in magnitude and direction as the adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the resultant will be represented in magnitude and direction as the diagonal of the parallelogram with the same initial point. So let there are two vectors A and B. Now they are acting at a point O. They are represented as two adjacent sides of this parallelogram. Then we have to draw a line parallel to A here and a line parallel to B here. Now this will be the parallelogram. Now the vector A and B are the two adjacent sides of the parallelogram. Now complete the parallelogram. Now their resultant will be represented as the diagonal of the parallelogram but with the same initial point. So A and B has the initial point O. So the resultant also has the initial point O. So this is equal to R. Now let the angle between A and B is theta, and the angle between R and A is beta. Then we can write R equal to root over of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, and tan beta equal to B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta, which we have already derived in triangle law. Now, what will be the other diagonal represent? Just remember, if OQ equal to A plus B, then the other diagonal SP will represent A minus B. So, in a parallelogram, if two vectors are represented as the adjacent sides, then the diagonal with the same initial point will represent the sum, and the other diagonal will represent the difference. This diagonal is the resultant of A and B, and this diagonal is the difference of A and B. So from parallelogram law, we can find both resultant and difference of two vectors. So students, today we will go for Polygon law of vector addition. Now, triangle law and parallelogram law are useful to obtain the resultant due to two vectors. But if there are more number of vectors, then we can use Polygon law of vector addition. It states that if n vectors acting simultaneously at a point are represented in magnitude and direction as the side of n plus 1 sided polygon taken in same order, then the resultant can be represented in magnitude and direction as the closing side of the polygon taken in opposite order. So, consider a point O. There are a number of vectors acting here. Let A, this is B, this is C, this is D. We have to find the resultant. Now, shift A parallel to itself. Let it is A. The side AB represents A. Now, shift B parallel to A. So, this will be B. Let it is BC. Then, vector C. Let CD is vector C. Then vector D. Let DE is the vector D. Now, they are represented as the sides of an open polygon. Then the resultant is the closing side of the polygon taken in opposite order. So, we can say R equal to A plus B plus C plus D plus E. Sorry, A plus B plus C plus D. So just remember, if this is A, this is B, applying triangle law, this will be A plus B. Now, AC is A plus B and CD is D. So again applying triangle law, AD will be AC plus CD. So it will be A plus B plus C. Like that. AD plus D gives A. So A plus B plus C plus D equal to R. So polygon law is just the extension or generalization of triangle law of vector addition. So polygon law is the generalization of triangle law of vector addition. Now, if a number of vectors acting at a point are the sides of a closed polygon. Let this is A, B, C, D, E. Now, if we take the negative vector of P and name it as R, so we can write R equal to minus C. Now, applying polygon law, we write that A plus B plus C plus D equal to R, but R equal to minus C. Now take E to this side. So A plus B plus C plus D plus E, it is equal to 0 vector. So if the vectors are represented as the sides of a closed polygon taken in same order, then the resultant is 0. Conversely, we can say if the vector sum of a number of vectors is 0, then they can be represented as the sides of a closed polygon taken in same order. To Q. Now, particle is here, it moves with a uniform speed to Q, and the angle it subtended is theta. So here theta is in radian. If theta is in degree, then you have to convert it into radian. So the question asks what is its displacement. Now displacement equal to PQ. So we can write it as OQ minus OP. Here OQ has a magnitude R, OP has a magnitude R, and the angle between them is theta. So mod of displacement or magnitude of displacement will be 2R sine theta by 2. Now second bit, it is the distance. So the particle moves in the circular path. So this arc length is the actual distance. So we can say it is equal to PQ, the arc length of PQ, and it is equal to R theta. But theta must be in radian. Next, third, it asks change in speed and velocity. So first thing, the particle moves with a constant speed. So change in speed equal to 0. Now what is the change in velocity? Here the speed is v, here the speed is v. So the velocity at point P and Q has the same magnitude v, but they subtend an angle theta. So change in velocity equal to 2v sine theta by 2, because at both the points the speed is same, so magnitude of velocity is same and the angle between them is theta. So change in velocity will be 2v sine theta by 2. Next part is average velocity. Now v average equal to total displacement by total time. So we have to find the time t here. Time equal to distance by speed. Now our distance is r theta, speed is v. So time taken is r theta by v. And our displacement is 2r sine theta by 2. So it will be mod of s by t. Now mod of s equal to 2r sine theta by 2 divided by r theta by v. So it becomes, we can cancel r here and taking v, we can write v into sine theta by 2 divided by theta by 2. This is our average velocity. Now last question asks average acceleration. Now average acceleration is change in velocity by time. So A average has the magnitude 2v sine theta by 2 divided by time, that is equal to r theta by v. So we can write it as v square by r into sine theta by 2 divided by theta by 2. So now if the question asks if the particle covers a quarter of a circle, just put theta equal to pi by 2. If the question asks the particle covers a semicircle, then you can put theta equal to pi. If the particle covers 3/4 of the circle, then theta equal to 3 pi by 4. If the particle covers complete circle, then theta equal to 2 pi. By putting, you can calculate every value. If theta equal to 60 degree, then you can put theta equal to pi by 3. Like that, you can calculate every answer from this question. So remember this as a formula. Now, in this class, we learn how to find the addition and subtraction of the vectors. The questions, the link to the question will be given in the description, as well as our Telegram link is also given in the description. Join our Telegram link for clarification of your doubts. Thank you.